Hi. We're here to talk about healthcare and stuff that we have. I guess it was with no one here. It's just like, well, where's my? Ah, there it is. So anyway, I got on a subject with some friends of mine about which is the best healthcare I've ever received, and I said that was being downtown Detroit, baby. Really? Yeah, Detroit, Michigan. Got the best healthcare here. Oh fuck. It's a joke. It really is. A lot of pill pushing doctors. I had a physician assistant who said, "We gotta fix that." She told me she's going to fix it. She going to make sure I got about 5 to 10 pill bottles. Pretty much that's how I configure it. When I re-listen to when I brought my phone in and I audio recorded the whole thing. So when I audio recorded everything, I got a lot of stuff that you don't normally listen to when you're at home and you're going, I actually said that. Wow. The one thing I think is funny is when I told my physician assistant my parents both used heavy hard drugs because she quit listening to me. My physician assistant um told me a half an hour's worth, well, close to half. It was a long time because if you do 5 minutes when you're in a position like where you're sitting in a doctor's office, like a half an hour. Okay, so I went to see a physician assistant a couple months ago, because I was talked by a friend saying go. So I made an appointment 2 weeks or something. It was like a way ahead. And I'm like, okay. I told the woman I want to be put where I'm not going to wait 2 to 3 hours because I really am tired of waiting all this time. This is getting a hassle. Oh, no problem. So I go over to see the physician assistant, the lady, and I waited 2.5 hours. No one ever came out to say, "Hi, I'm so sorry you're waiting. We've been real busy. We're sorry." Nothing. You know what I got? I got a customer that came out and said, "The physician assistant's making fun of you. You know that, don't you?" This is what I had to live with. A physician assistant was making fun of me because I didn't look my age. Okay. I didn't dress in a big moo and I didn't walk around going, "Oh, oh, I'm in pain, pain, give me pills." So when I went into her office and I had my birth control pills and I said, "Hey, I just need these refilled." She's like, "Where is your medication?" And I go, "Right there." "Where is your medication?" She said it twice, and I had to say point it. "That is my medication." You could have heard a dwarf fart. That's how quiet it got. And I thought, oh my God, she's a pill pusher. Doctors out west are all pill pushers. They'll push the pills because they don't want to find the problem of your problem. I was told that my problem would not be fixed. She wanted about I already told her I did all the tests that she was telling me about. And she goes, "I don't care. You're doing them again," because she wanted more money. When doctors say certain things, there's another thing that comes into my head because I have family who is doctors, lawyers, and all that stuff. My family's smart. I'm not a dumbass. I could have gone into FBI. I wish I would have. I really wish. You know, fart bag. That I'm divorcing. You know, he would have never sought to it. Oh God, he made a big deal about it. He goes, he told the manager one time if I made a penny over, it would be he would divorce me. That's what he told a manager, and he told me down the line. So just put it out there. Yeah. So here it is. I'm telling this physician assistant I don't use any of those medications. Well, why would I need a medication for high blood pressure? I asked her. and she got real quiet. Why would I need it when I don't have high blood pressure? Again, crickets. So she couldn't explain the stuff she wanted to give me prescriptions for, but she did give me one for the I did get for the birth control. And that was it. I only got I realized when I talked with a friend, my friend Carol, I said, Carol, I don't know what it is, but these doctors out west are horrible. They are horrible. They are pill pushers. They don't try to find your problem. They don't try to help you out. They are the most horrible human beings I've ever seen on the face of my life, on my whole life. They are a bunch of pill pushers because she said twice, and you could hear, you should hear the audio, and it's really good. I'm like floored how well the audio is. I was like, wow. The doctors out here are the biggest pill pushers you will ever find. If you're not into prescriptions, you will not do well. Do not change your doctor if you're moving out here. Just go and fly and see. Yeah, that's the added bonus of living out west. You get shit doctors. The doctors here are all shit. All of them. I have yet to meet one that I could go, yeah, yeah, it's good. I need a doctor that the reason why the FBI wanted me, you know why? Because I think out of the box. They said, you don't think normal. You think way out of the box and you think where we want. You think ahead. Third world countries get better medical than especially from. I mean, I am just tell you a situation. I went 2 years ago. I had there is a OBGYN to go to. He is a horrible, horrible human being. He really is. And by the way, guys, a lot of times I put headphones on and I listen on to conversations because it's the best thing. My dad told me if you want to find out what people are saying, put on a pair of headphones and don't turn them on. I've done that so many times. I've gotten some of the best conversations. The one was over here. There's a doctor that he treats Hispanic people better than white people. He does. But he treats all the women the same. All the women are the same. We're all treated like shit after the age of 40. He said that women should have their ovaries. This is what he's saying to the people he's working with. Women should all have their ovaries taken out at the age of 40. Now, let me tell you this. My grandmother had her ovaries taken out. She died after 5 years. Other people we've known in our family that had their ovaries taken out died 5 to 6 years later. And it's like, if there's nothing wrong with it, if there's no cancer and nothing wrong with it, then it should be left and maintained, is what my grandma says. You can maintain it. But doctors don't want to maintain it because they make more money from an ovary removal. You know how much they make? It's more than most people's houses here in Peru. Oh yeah, that's how much an ovary removal. They're making 130, $100,000 plus, over $100,000 for an ovary removal. Of course, shit, that's more. That's better than a used car salesman. And they will push it like you cannot believe. My grandmother told me, do not get rid of your ovaries. God gave them for a reason. Even when you're older, they do produce a certain hormone, even when you're in your 60s, 70s, 80s, and up. Your ovaries are meant to stay with you. You're not meant to scoop it out, you fuckers. I don't give a fuck what you say. This is what my grandmother, who was a healer, who was just an amazing woman. Okay, she was the best. She was better than my mom. She was like my mommy to me. My mom sucked. I hated my mom. You know how you have that song, "Step on a crack and break your mama's back." I used to step on a crack and go, "Come on, mom, when are you gonna die?" And my grandmother would go, "Steph, that's just not nice." And I go, "Grandma, I don't like my mom. I want you." Yeah. You know why I told them I liked my grandmother? Because she had great pillows after we went to the beach and spend time at San Clemente because that was our family's beach. Is San Clemente. Go to San Clemente on July 4th. Oh, so crowded and beautiful. When you're a kid, let me explain what kind of kid I was. This is me as a kid. I was a walking string bean. And there's July 4th on family. If you got family coming over, or you're going to family's house, or you're going to the beach, we go to San Clemente. Food is everywhere. And for a kid like me, that was like, yes, because I burned more than what I took in. So I loved that was a food fest for me. And I mainly ate fruit and vegetables. And I was like a vegetarian before I knew it. But we go to San Clemente and we'd have a blast. But I do want to say I did we're talking about health, so we're going to talk about I swam already an hour. I'm ready to do more swimming. I want to go more swimming, but I got to do my room. My room is a pigsty, and I'm not going to show it till after I get it done. It was real bad. It's bad. So I got to take care of that. And I just wanted to state that I have not found a reason why my stomach is growing. I am not dying of cancer. It's not a tumor. They just don't know what the fuck it is. It's not a cyst. Let me explain what a cyst is. A cyst is a vein, like say you have veins in your arms and they get a little bit big. So you take this, put it on the side, and is that going to get, if it gets like even a little bit big, get like a little, bit big, around, it's not going to get as big as what my stomach's been getting. So it makes me think, well, because I have family who's been, in doctors and stuff and nurses and in the medical, and I know what to do because I'm out west where it is not the best. And even my dad said, he goes, what the hell happened to their health care? Even my dad's like, he said that he could not live out in Pahrump 24, all the time because he likes the winters here. He didn't like the summers. And he was telling me that the healthcare here is so horrible that he's surprised people aren't dying. I go, they are. They come here. You let me explain something. Do not come out here if you do not have good health care. If you cannot get health care back east or in the Midwest, stay there. Because I'm going to tell you outright and the truth. Other thing, you come out here, the doctors and nurses, they fucking suck. They suck balls. They really do. I had to hear a long theory from a physician assistant how she runs 5 miles a day, how she does this and that. And you're sitting there going, well, I didn't come here to hear about you fucking running 5 flipping miles. I want to be fixed. Find out what's wrong. It's not a tumor. It's not cancer. All right. It's not ovarian cysts. What are we playing with, fucker? All right. What's going on? So, you get to that point where you're like, all right, I don't think that you guys give a fuck anymore. If it's not a it is sad when doctors have given up on people. I have given up on the medicine out west. It is so bad. If you move out west, I would suggest you to keep what you have and visit them because that's how bad it is. If you are pregnant, oh, I am so sorry. You have no doctors out here for that. Mm-mm. You can say you have, but I have not seen anything for anyone. Go and see the doctors elsewhere. Out west is horrible, and they need to change that. They really do. That's the one thing I've learned. It is just horrible. It's like the third world country when it comes to medicine. When I had to listen to a woman tell me that having a horrible looking stomach is fine. She goes, "Oh, well, you're just going to have to live with that." That's what she told me. I'm going to have to live with this. I'm going to have to live with this. This is what I'm going to have to live with. This is what she told me I'm going to have to live with. She said, "You're not running 5 miles, are you?" I don't give a fuck if you're running 5 miles. It's not going to work for me. I don't want to age. Runner, I'm not privy, but I'm to that point where you're like, how bad are these physician assistants and doctors? They're pill pushers. What they want to do is they make more money pushing pills than than helping to cure a patient. Do you know that? Look into it. They make a hell of a lot more money pushing those pills because if they make you a customer, because that's what they want, especially if they scoop you out. Oh, they love that. Big money, big money, big money. They love that. I don't give a fuck what they say. I really don't. Doctors are worse than lawyers. Really. They're right up there. Doctors and lawyers, you know, they're doctors just don't give a fuck out here. I have yet to meet a doctor. If you are a doctor and you're watching this, I want some you give me some information down below. Tell me that I'm just nothing but a blowhard and I'm lying. I'm not. I was told by a physician's assistant that she was going to fix the problem of me not having any um pills. And I'm like, "Oh yeah, that's." I had a lot of doctors try that on me. They write up, "Hey, you using that? Yeah, sure, go ahead." And my insurance will take it up. I won't use it. I don't know what it is. When I went, I had a doctor. My son had a doctor called Good and Potty, and she was Indian. The best doctors so far are here. The best doctors, the Indian doctors, man. If it's a doctor that's Indian, get it because they really do work for their money. The American doctors, they fucking suck. They just suck. They just what kind of pills you have? How many? Oh, we're gonna fix that, won't we? That's what she said. We're gonna fix that. I didn't get that. The last part of the thing I didn't get. I turned it off, and then it was like, yeah, we're gonna fix that, won't we? A lot of doctors tried that one on me. My dad said, "You know what? Be nice and sweet as pie in the thing. Bitch, when you get out," is what he told me. He said, "Because you cannot argue with a doctor. There's more than one there." True. And they're always going to be right because that's in her mind. She wants to pill me up. The physician assistant did not want to fix me. She said, "There's nothing wrong with you." That's what I was told by a physician assistant here in Pahrump. There's nothing wrong with me. Not a thing wrong. I'm just gaining weight each week and getting a big stomach each week. I do pregnancy tests, nothing. They've done I've done things for ovarian cancer and other stuff. No cancers, no tumors. Okay, what's going on? Why am I getting a tummy on me? I don't know. They don't know what's wrong, so I'm bitching. I'm bitching because I went into the last doctor I talked to um uh before the OBGYN who said I didn't receive because we have different health cares and they don't care to help one another because they don't look at it as helping the patient. They look at it as helping themselves. So they want to make sure they get the money or whatever. So I'm going to hopefully. I tried to get my X-ray from the hospital here, and they wouldn't let me get my X-ray. So I'm going to go, and if I can't, I'm going to have to hire a lawyer. Yeah, to get my fucking X-ray. Fucking figure. Only out west, you know. But I don't want to go back to Michigan. Oh hell no. I'm good here. I'm good here. You know, I am. I mean, I just I do. Some days I just hate my life. I'm like, there's not much to go on. I worked a job where uh two people who I had managers who got them into their job. And where I worked, the two managers suggested to the two people, since I was not clicking with them, that they should take me to court because I didn't feel the love for them or something. I didn't suck their farts or something. All I know is I got a job and I thought it was my dream job and it ended up being my nightmare job. I had two people who felt that they needed to take me to court to sue me for money because of something I said that I didn't know it would affect anybody, let alone anyone. And I was like, wow, this is like crazy. So now, you know, I'm really careful. And I had a long talk with my son about talking about our family, private stuff, and he now understands. Um, I had to pay for a divorce because I wanted to start my. It's not starting over, and it's not doesn't make things. It's hard hell and whatnot. My lawyer. I'm trying to be nice as all can be, but they said that the papers were fine that was signed, and then I got more papers from the lawyer. Not an idea that they were sending me any papers or whatever. So I said, okay, whatever. So I signed, and my ex signed, and I sent them out. So now I'm waiting on my divorce because this they're taking for fucking ever. Mm. But yeah, if you have health care in the Midwest and back east, keep your health care, move out here, and if you need to see your physician, do it, fly out. That's the only thing I can tell people, and I try to tell them all the time, and they say, "Oh, Steph, you know what? I had somebody who took my advice. They actually kept their physician, but they paid out of their own pocket just to see a physician here because they couldn't see the physician right away. And they said, well, if I see a different one, it's just a charge of $25. So she took the $25 charge and she said that she was left waiting. She was told that, they were busy and she understood and she waited. She goes, it took 3.5 hours. She goes, there was no water in a water tank. She had to go and have somebody bring her some water. And then she said that it took hours, felt like she talked to her physician who her doctor, and she said the guy was like, "What kind of medications you on?" "I'm not on any." "What kind of," and he said, "You wouldn't believe how much they push these medications." So I've come to a complete realization that they do the medications and they push them out west. It's just so easy. I mean, out here, uh I think most of the people are on serious medication. You ever see how long they take to fucking turn? They put that turn signal on a quarter of a mile down. You're like, fuck, when you going to turn? Bleep, 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 bleep. It's like a half an hour later, same car, bleep. Oh, I'm going to turn now. And then when they turn, they go like this. It's like, Jesus Christ, shit or get off the pot. If it takes you forever to turn, it's time to hang up your keys or fob, whatever. Ugh. So that's where I'm at. I gave up on the doctors here out west. I tell people all the time, do not trust the doctors out here. They're horrible. They are absolutely horrible. They are a nightmare come true. It's something that Stephen King can write about. Out west, the doctors. And I was bitched at by a physician assistant by not taking enough farm pills. You don't take that many? We're going to fix that. She said, oh, yeah. She was like, we're going to fix that. We're going to make you so addicted to shit. You're going to be like shaking and pissing and farting and not knowing how to do anything. Because that's how it is out here. Keep your position in the Midwest or out back east because out here out west they suck. It's like it's like a third world country. It really is. It's a third world country out here. Hi. Hi, we're out here in Pahrump. We take a lot of physicianal pills because they want us all drugged up. Because I was told by the physician assistant that, you know, about that. And I was like, just I was blown away how bad a service. I got worse service with her than the doctors. A physician, don't go to a physician assistant unless you are on the same wavelength. Hello, what's going on here? You going to do some prayers? What? My son's probably thinking I just get to the point when I had a physician assistant who told me that it was weird that I only took birth control. And I asked her why it was weird, and then she didn't know what to say. I really wanted to know why it's weird if you're not if you don't need a certain drug, if you don't have high blood pressure, you're not going to take high blood pressure medicine, are you? No. All right. So if you have a now this is not, what's happening inside me that's getting small, that's getting bigger. That's what I want to know what's wrong. I want to know what is it? I was told by a doctor that they did ovarian cancer looking, and as far as they knew it wasn't cancer. I don't I, this is like when you go from the west of the Rockies, you are a worse kind of healthcare than what has ever been done. I can say that when I was a kid, and I used to go see a doctor in a clinic with my parents. I remember before my parents had, when they go and take me to, I always had all kinds of shit wrong with me, and my mom pandered to that. Oh my God, she got a rash. I was allergic to Dreft. Draft. They show a baby on draft, right? I was allergic to that shit. They had to get a special, my dad found a special detergent that I'm allergic to, Downy. I wasn't allergic to Downy, but I was allergic to draft. Yeah, I just couldn't, yeah. And another one that was made by a company that they sold to hospitals, but my dad got it to where he bought so much of it. We were using it in the 80s, almost in the 80s. It was like in the late 70s. It was like forever. All right. I was always going to the doctors. I knew, it's like I had this knee right here. I had about, not all at once, but in so far from now to when I was a kid and I had to go to the doctor's office because they had to stitch me up. They had to stitch me up about 5 times. It was the first time I had it torn open and it was all open. And the woman that seen it fainted and got sick because she was pregnant. I was a little kid going, I got owie and I need you to get my mom. Oh, how bad is it? And she was like thinking that I was not that bad. I go, boom. And she goes, okay, okay, oh, good. My mom was down the street, and when you were a kid and it was the 70s and you like had something wrong with your thing and somebody grabbed you up, you usually knew your parents. So she went and got my mom, and my parents, my dad and mom, carried me because I was always getting, let's see, I've had stitches in my head. I've had stitches on this knee. This knee was like a special knee. I had so many stitches that I still have the scarring from it, and you could see where they put the stitches. I was always getting this knee. I don't know why. It's just the way I felt. Um, And through the time, I had really good doctors. They asked the right questions, they did the right stuff, they got me done. I don't know, maybe my dad had a whole hell of a lot better insurance because apparently the insurance I have must really suck because when I got my operation for my neck, it was horrible. My insurance must suck. It was like I was like just scooted out the door. Health, when you're dealing with the health and the stuff here is I'm going to be honest, I'm really scared. You know, I wake up thinking, what is wrong with me? Will I be able to find an answer soon? You know, I mean, I'm like, let's just be honest. I don't know what's going on with my health. I tried to ask the right questions with my doctors, and I had to hear a long speech from one who thought she was Jesus Christ superstar. Apparently, she thought, and still to this day thinks that going around and telling people that she runs 5 miles in this long epitome and telling them that she's got to make sure that they're on RX drugs and she's going to fix that real good. I am not going to get a doctor like that. I'm going to get a doctor that listens to you and goes, okay, we got to find something. What's wrong? Do you have cancer of the uterus? Do you got this? You know, go on different things. He goes, or even pregnancy. We don't know. And I don't want to put out that I'm pregnant because I could just end up needing to have an operation that is something else. That's what I'm putting. But I'm going to say my problem didn't start until February 21st. So it's just the circumstances. So do I think that I'm pregnant? I could be. I could be. Do I know the dad? Yes, I do. Do I think that there is a possibility? Yes. I don't know why it would be waiting for so long after I've been on birth control. I was on birth control up until last month. I was taking birth control. And then last month I don't I quit taking it because I ran out of my pills and I didn't want to go to I just didn't have the extra money to go to the Planned Parenthood. I just didn't feel like dealing with any of the doctors and stuff, and I just said, "Fuck it," you know. After dealing with the physician assistant and then the other doctor, I just figured, you know, I'm not getting good medicine, and I don't want to. I'm done. I just no. And that's how I feel. I think that if you you know want to try to I went to the ER, I went to my regular physician, then I went over to a physician assistant, and then I went to OBGYN. I went to four different doctors and I got no answers here for what's going on. And I take the, like I said, if I was pregnant, I'd be doing a pregnancy test and it would come up positive. But there are some pregnancies in which if I were to go full term, I would die because it would cause an immense amount of blood loss. And it's just one of those things that's on the main artery. And I took that in command just in case. I don't know what's going to go on or what's happening because the healthcare is so bad out here out west. You want to run. Do not get rid of your healthcare physician if you are thinking of moving out here out west to wonderful Prumpi who have no decent healthcare at all. There's none. Oh God, trust me. It's a joke. I was used as a pincushion. I think they were going to paint the walls with my blood. I really did. Whoa, it hurt. Yeah, That took over a month to visit a doctor because then you get the doctor going, well, why didn't you come out here? Because I spent like 4 hours at the other doctor's office because you guys don't got your shit together. Get your stuff together. It's should be this prom is beautiful. I don't get it. Why don't you get your crap together, prom? Really? So, um, I have to deal with well, this that one. So I have to deal with a lot in that perspective. Four different doctors. Actually, it'd be five because I went to the ER one time. So I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm going to say this, and this is something that I was told in the 80s, the late 80s, by a doctor. He was like, you know, he was saying by 2030 that there'll be women in their 60s who are pregnant and having children. There'll be women. I go, don't tell that to my mom. I used to sit there and say she'd like that. Um, my mom would always love to be pregnant, and she did not love to be parenting. She just was one of those women. So I um been having I guess it would be like my own personal thing of finding out what is wrong with myself, but I've been finding out that the healthcare out west is so bad that I'm going to put it as it's below third world country, like it's worse than third world country. Keep your other physician. If somebody told me how bad it was, I mean, I really didn't have a physician. I'd say that the doctor I probably had is retired. Retired. I'm drinking an energy drink. No, I'm not getting drunk. I'm getting. Hello, hi. I've been suggested about other stuff, and I threw that out there to my physician, and he said, "Oh no, it's this. It's just this." And I go, "Really? Why are you lying?" I sat there and told I told my doctor, my OBGYN. I said, "Why are you lying? Why aren't you telling me about this?" And then he lied to me because I went to find out about my x-rays. And you know what they told me? They sent out the x-rays to my doctor. He never contacted the other doctor who sent him and said, "Hey, if you want to look for this and this, contact me." He never contacted the other doctor because he talked with me and said the OBGYN doctor did receive everything and he lied to you. In fact, my OBGYN that I had didn't just lie, he lied big. I'll never talk to him again. I don't know why he would lie about saying he didn't receive the x-rays when I was told by the hospital that they did give it to him. Yeah. So when my doctor lied to me before I went to my doctor's visit, I almost called him up and said, I know it's going to be a lie lesson for me. And not only did they leave me in the room forever, I thought to myself, this is the most, it's so demeaning. It really is. It's the most horrible medicine I have ever received in my whole life. And I will say this, if somebody said, would you go elsewhere? Oh, hell yeah. I would go anywhere else than here. And I'm looking for that. I really am. Because oh God, Crazy Christine is on Twitter. Oh, Sorry. I have a friend. Her name is Christina. We call her Crazy Christina because she's just, oh, oh no, 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 no. No, you did not find me on Twitter. No. I had her blocked for a while on Facebook, but oh yeah, some people you just can't get rid of. I don't know how long I'll be on here because I know it's 4th of July. We all got our, yeah, I don't have no one gives a shit to call me or to invite me for anything. I am pretty much, considered a piece of shit, So as being out here out west and stuff, I'm like, I don't even know if I'm almost thinking of moving to Utah or something like that because it's they don't get a big winter and they don't get a big summer. So I'm putting everything out there that I can, you know. So I'm seeing where I can go. I'm hoping, um, that uh, my friends have not given up on me. I just get to that point where it's like, bad medicine is bad, but when you go out west, it's not just bad. They just want to fill you up. A good doctor does not make customers. A good doctor heals. I had Mr. Kronk as my doctor, and I thought it was really weird as a teenager. I would be waiting in there, and there would be people coming uh, from out west to Mr. Kronk's office over in Holly, Michigan, and I'm sitting there, and they're like, "No, the medicine out there isn't it as good as it is here. It's not like you, Mr. Kronk." So they would go and see Mr. Kronk. Oh yeah, God, that was a good doctor. That really was. You see good doctors, and you're like, "That's amazing." Doctors out here, it's like, oh my God, it's just like bad. I've been told that most people out west will refuse to go to a doctor not because they don't have insurance, not because they can't afford it, is because they get no answers anyway and are sent home. That's right. It's not like the doctors are using their brains. I don't know what they're doing. They're just worried about their next tea time for golfing because geez, I have just yeah, yeah. You know. So you'll be seeing my stomach get a lot bigger because the doctors out here suck. Mm. Oh, that physician assistant has got my blood boiling. That I'm going to be honest with you on that. I'm going to say that I have never had a pissing contest going to see a healer. They're to heal you. They're not to, be like, hey, I can piss farther than you. Look at that. I can piss farther. Look, look, look. I don't give a fuck if you can run 5 miles. I want to be healed. Can you do that? No, you can't. Obviously, because you spend an hour making fun of me, and I had people tell me, do you know what she's doing? You know what she's saying? And you're like, really? Life is that fucking petty that you as a physician assistant have to make fun of customers or people, patients? Wow, that's 3 hours to see the physician assistant. That is making an appointment a month ahead where I ask them, put me where they're not going to leave me in the office for 2, 3 hours. Oh, no, no, she's real quick. No, she's not. Uh, So I was in the office for like hours. I really was. I waited there and it was a full room. And when I left, there wasn't another person. I was the last person to leave out of there from that female physician assistant. Whoa, that was worse than seeing a doctor. That's like seeing a doctor. That's like going to see. That's like going to see a lady of the night without having an orgasm. That's what it is. Seeing a physician assistant's like going to see the lady of a night without an orgasm at all. That's what it was like. I was like, damn, that sucks. It sucks worse seeing you than it does seeing the doctor. Damn. I get to wait 2 hours longer instead of an hour. I get to wait 2 hours, actually 2.5, because they usually just let me wait a half an hour because they're just being doctors, and I get told nicely if they're waiting and stuff. But physician assistant's worse. You wait close to 3 hours. It was 2 hours and 45 minutes. I waited to see the female physician assistant here in Pahrump. She's telling other people and stuff, laughing about what I'm wearing, laughing about how I dress, laughing and making fun of me. And then, because I decided to figure out what everyone was laughing about, and I heard what she was saying. It was hilarious. It was so fucking funny. I'll never go back there again in this lifetime. I will never see that woman again. She will never be my physician assistant. She couldn't even be a human being. Being nice. It doesn't cost nothing to just be nice. What did I do to her? Well, I didn't hire her, obviously, because my stomach is still growing, and I've just, I try to squeeze it in, and I just, camouflage it, and I tell people I'm working on it. I don't know what's wrong. I'm hoping that they don't ask, because I'm just, I've gone through so much hell to just, get somewhere. It's amazing. I have gone through 5 doctors. 5. Actually, let's see. I went through the ER, 2 ER doctors, and then the physician assistant, my regular doctor, and then the OBGYN. Yeah, that's 5 doctors. I think if you put them all together, they'd be able to think. I need a doctor that has a high IQ. Fuck. I don't need a doctor that learned online. I didn't do that. So when you're dealing with a physician assistant, remember it's like going to see the woman of the night. Instead of you having an orgasm, you get nothing but disappointment. That's a physician assistant for you. Somebody at the coalition suggested her to me. I have not been back to the coalition because I didn't want her to go. So how did that work with the physician assistant? I figure I'll let it go for a couple months and then I'll go back to the coalition. If she says anything, I'm going to say I couldn't hire her because she just was a righteous bitch. And I'm just, let my stomach grow. She don't give a fuck. The physician assistant was so bad. I would probably say from 1 to 10, she's 100 in fucking not get nothing done. Oh, what kind of pills you want? It's because I wasn't a pill popper. She didn't like me. I wasn't no pill popping bitch. So a friend of mine, or not, I would say a viewer had said, I took note to what a viewer said and what I was told in a dream. So A viewer has told me that if my stomach is growing and I'm unsure, just to be on the safe side, not that I'm pregnant, just to stay on the safe side, to not drink until I'm really for sure. And then I could do whatever. And I said, that's a good idea. You know what? That I'm going to listen to that. So I haven't drank. I figure I will wait because I'm going to be honest with you. The doctors here, they blow like the wind in the evening. They just blow. They really do. The doctors here are like the wind in the evening, just they blow. So if you have an idea, you got a doctor that's real good that could take my insurance, that's helpful, that could give me a reality. Do I need a hysterectomy or could I have what I call where they maintain your uterus maintenance? If they do uterus maintenance, if you have an idea for a doctor who actually does uterus maintenance and something to that point, I would like to hear from them. I don't know why I'm getting a lot of hate. Yeah, hate because I'm gonna be honest. If you suck as a doctor, then you really shouldn't. You're in the wrong field because you deal with sick people. You deal with all kinds. You deal with weirdos. I've never seen such bad medicine and non-caring in all my life than out here out west. Oof, it's just sorry. Oh shit. Oh, clunk, clunk. Oh, that broke. It's just for now. It's just, oh, jeez. Oh, crap. Yeah. Anyhow, I'm gonna be honest with you. Oops. Sorry. Um, well, uh, God, Jesus Christ. I need to buy these in bulk. There. I gotta fix that leg. So anyway, um, I'm gonna be honest. If you're moving out west, keep your doctor. Do not change doctors. Oh my God. If you have an awesome doctor and you're going, oh, I'm leaving. No, 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 no. Don't. Do not leave that doctor. Keep that doctor because the doctors out west, no, 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 no. You need to keep what you have. Oh, yeah. So if you're on the typical healthy female, you take your vitamins, you exercise, that type of thing. Moving out west is awesome. Even if you have birth control and whatever, they're pretty good with that. But if you have like high blood pressure and all kinds of different stuff going on, yeah, it's like a prayer. And I tell people, "Ugh, I didn't do that. Don't give up your doctor. Do not. I was told by a physician that I should expect to gain much more weight because I should be on a 500-calorie diet. I was like floored with that one. Because I said to her, so should I go on a 500-calorie diet? She says, I don't care. Do I think that I don't know what's going to happen. I have it set up if I die that my kids will get, whatever, and I have it done because that's how scared I am with, I don't know what's going on. I really don't. I was told I didn't have ovarian cancer. I was told that um they didn't know what was going on. They really don't know. I had 5 doctors tell me they did not know what was going on. They wanted more tests, and I'm like, "How much more tests do you guys need?" And I just finally I finally thought to myself, when it was suggested that they open me up and just look around to see everything, because all our x-ray machines that are billions of dollars worth is not good enough. I just said, no, if you don't know what you're dealing with, then I'm done. I really am. I don't think they know what they're dealing with. And I think that when a doctor lies to you about not receiving an x-ray, and you're told while you're there, like, well, we don't want to give you an x-ray, you're going to see it with the doctor anyway. What do you mean? Well, we give it to the doctor. So when the doctor told me he didn't receive the x-ray, I was like, oh really? I just hung up on him. I really did. That's how pissed I was. I hung up on my doctor because he lied to me when I'm sitting there being told by the hospital they weren't going to release me the x-rays because they gave it to my doctor because they'll sit there and explain me what everything is. So I'm going to go and wait and see. So we'll see about, getting the x-ray and stuff, because I'm like wondering what they were talking about. Why would a doctor want to lie that they didn't receive, saying they didn't receive an x-ray when they did? And that really makes me think, oh, like I said, now I know why my dad was so pissed why I didn't go and do FBI. I would have been retired by now. So, anyways, I'm hoping at least by next week, or, at least middle of the month, that I'm divorced. I will have an online divorce party because no one gives a shit to do anything with me. I had a guy that wanted a date with me, and he didn't have my regular phone number. It was on the Cupid app, and I sometimes don't get the things, and so I fell asleep, and yeah, okay. So yeah, dating has been dating, uh, nothing exciting. So I would like to know if you guys have any suggestions for, if you have, I know if you have a complaint, you go and there's like, you could have complaints to get your physician, which I am going to start doing. Yeah. I had a physician lie to me. When I went to talk to, the hospital, and I said, well, I don't want you to have extra work, and I know you're busy. And I said, if not, I could come back. She goes, oh yeah, you can come back. No big deal. So when my physician, when Alexander, when he told me that he didn't receive the x-ray after I argued with a woman and she showed me, she said, look, sent it. It shows that it sent you the x-ray. She did 2 sendings. One was the sending electronic, and one was through the mail. And you got both of them. They were a week ago from before I would be seen. So they sent it out. And when my physician lied and said they did not send it out. I'm like, really? Oh, and they even showed me on the screen. I didn't get a printout. I seen it on the screen, and I'm like, oh, okay. So, yeah, do not move out west unless you want to die. I'm just, I don't know what to say. Um, my stomach just keeps growing, and I get lies from physicians. I really do. My physician lied so bad because I went to the hospital to go get my x-rays, and they showed me that my doctor got my x-rays, and they'll be explaining them to me. So yeah, you know how it goes, and you go, oh, I'm going to get help, and then your doctor lies to you. So when you go see your doctor, you know what my doctor told me? My doctor told me that he didn't receive the x-rays. This is after I talked to a woman. She showed me on the computer screen, which now I'm going to ask for proof so I could say, hey, look, they sent it to you. I got proof, da da da. That's what I should have done, but I didn't. My dumbass didn't. So my doctor lied and said that the hospital never sent uh, the x-rays to him, which they did. They showed it to me, and I'm like, really? This is classic. They wouldn't give me my x-rays. I don't know why. Only me. So I hope everyone is enjoying themselves. This has got no alcohol in it. This is called, oh shit, what's it called? I get this from Revive. Dragon. It's like some dragon thing, pink dragon. That's what it's called, I think. So, thumbs up. It helps with the algorithm. Share. Tell them, listen to this weirdo. It's so good. I don't mind being called a weirdo. You see, I worked with specialized kids, and I really enjoyed that. There's some money in it. That's what my dad told me. I was really good. I was the whisper. Yeah, I was. We had this kid. He was going through his teenagehood, and they play with other toys. You get my drift. Hi, Casey. Oh, I know. I heard about New York's healthcare. I have a friend in New York too, and I'm like, I've been going through hell. Don't get rid of your doctor. Keep them. Go back to New York if you. I'm that what I'm like is I had a doctor. You got to hear this, Casey. I had a doctor that yeah, I know it's been a long time. Yeah. Yeah, well, I'm here. Last Monday, I got to see a movie that I didn't see in like a while. And I actually did go on a date. I went on a date and I got to see a movie. So can't say get out. So I did get out. I want to go on that. I was offered to go on a date again, and I declined for this weekend. I don't have enough gas money, so it's okay. So you hear this one. Oh my god, you're very respectful. He really just a nice guy, just real nice. Yeah, yeah. Oh, I'll see him again. If if Ty doesn't give me a call, then I'll see him again. so so anyway, I was told by a woman. Uh, I had told her, look, I really don't understand why my stomach is growing. I had a size almost zero stomach, and it's grown quite exponentially bigger. And I use the P6 to find out, if I'm pregnant, because I think, Jesus Christ, this is horrible. So I get different, oh, it is hilarious. Some of the things that they come up with, all the same shit. And you're like, yeah, but how can I say this? Certain things that happen, if you have a cyst, an ovarian cyst, they're about on the side, like wherever your ovarian is, and the biggest they'll get is maybe this big. So you'll maybe, and it's like, so if I don't have tumors, if I don't have ovarian cysts, and I don't have cancer, then what the bleep is it? Is it just like an air pocket thing? Is it, because I was getting heartbeats, and I still do. I still get heartbeats. I really do. And we can play that one too. Let's play it on a bigger boy. Yeah, I get heartbeats. My sis gives heartbeats. So, let me go get that heartbeat thing. We'll go and play heartbeaters. Oh, that's where I put that toy. Oh, I was looking for that. Fun times tonight. Yeah, I was the popular one. My siblings, they had to go after me. My brother's like, so did you get Mr. Messersmith? I go, oh yeah. And he goes, oh shit. He was, you didn't have to be an actress. His son couldn't act. What was it I said to him? Your son would do better if you put him on stage, have him bend his ass down, fart in a paper bag, and then hand it to the next closest person to himself. A lot of my siblings had to take uh, the classes. They had the same teachers as me. My one teacher said, dang, you weren't joking, were you? My joke was, I am the oldest. I got the mostest. I got the good looks and the brains. That's was, and that's no trains. I got the good looks and the brains, and that's no trains. And I'd walk away. And that was my, I guess it would be like, I am the oldest, the best, and what was it? That'd be a good theme song. Like, I am the best in my family. I took all the rest. I left the whatever behind, whatever. Yeah. Well, anyway, what happened was, and we are talking about healthcare, and I don't want to veer from that. So, healthcare. When let's just do, a little bit of here. Let's see here. See, that's mine. That's a different one. Mine's up here. Then I got another one over here. Yeah, that's the other one. Yep. See, I got like two different ones in mine. I know what mine looks like. It'll be like 78, and the other ones are a lot more. And I'm like, wow. So sometimes I went to bed listening to these heartbeat things. I really did. That's what I went to bed to, listening to the heartbeat things. Do I think that there's something going on? Yes. Do I feel that I am being that the healthcare is not giving me what I'm deserving as a human being? Yes, I do feel that. And you got to understand, majority of the people that are over the age of 40 in Crump is quite a bit. but also the majority, I would say, of the 40 plus that take care of their bodies and watch what they eat and everything, there's a lot more. I would say it's a 50-50. I really have seen some amazing looking older people that take care of their body better than me, even. And that's the way it goes. And for the people who do not take care of their bodies, and then you're like, oh, this, that, and whatnot. You're like, still going through the same problem. Yep. And you know what I said to a friend of mine? I said, well, as far as I'm concerned, we'll all find out by November. If November comes around and nothing comes out, then obviously it was an unreal pregnancy. And then I got to have other stuff taken care of. That's fine. I can deal with that. I just can't deal with the fact of doctors not knowing what they're doing. Come on, guys. You're paid a good amount of money. I mean, damn. And that's another thing. My boobies have started to really hurt. I mean, I first thought it was because I was doing the breaststroke. No, it's not because I'm doing the breaststroke. I was hurting before I was doing this. I've been exercising and working my heart out. And I'm still stuck with like the beer pong bod. That's how I feel. I got a beer pong bod. I mean, is this what I got to look forward to? That it's kind of bad medicine where you being told that they don't give a shit after the age of 40. You're just like, well, I don't think so. Because that's what I'm looking at. After the age of 40 for healthcare or anything, especially out west, Jesus Christ, you out west, you just hope and pray to God that you get someone who cares. Oh, by the way, the best people to get out west, this is what I talking at work and friends and stuff. Get the Indian doctors. They really are awesome. The last Indian doctor I have, oh my gosh, I really thought he was amazing. So, as for me, I am steadily gaining I'm gaining breasts too. Now I used to be a 34 double D. Then I lost the weight and I'm a 34D. Okay? I'm not a 34 double D, I'm a 34D. And my double part is getting filled up again. And I'm thinking, well, shit. Well, I'm just gaining weight. I guess this is the part of the aging process I wasn't told about. Each week, oh yeah, this is like fun shit. I am just, it's like I said, I still take pregnancy, and I got heartbeats. So I got three. I got one is mine. It will be in the 70s. It matters how much I'm talking and how excited I get between the 65 to 75. And then I get the ones that are over 100 and they're on each side. And it's like, well, fuck it. I really have given up. The doctors here are just horrid. Really. I got the physician assistant that was a pissing contest. It was like, I might as well have hooked something up and said, well, let's go out back. You get yours, you hook yours up. Let's see how far we can both piss. It's sad when you have that, but it is what it is. When you get when you get a doctor who doesn't just lie, when you go to Oh, I'm going to go and get. I figured I would cover all bases. So I went to the hospital and they're like, hey, yeah, we sent him a digital and a hard copy. So the day I went to go to my doctor's visit, he tells me the reason why he can't give me a definite, you know why he can't give me a definite? Because he didn't receive any type of, yeah, you got it. He didn't receive nothing. That's what he said. So if I would have had that printed out showing, I go, oh, well, I got a printout saying that you did. Yeah, because he didn't want to do no work. Mhm. Yeah. You make more money doing a hysterectomy than what you would is doing an upkeep. Like well over 100,000. Oh yeah, it's big money for hysterectomy. Oh yeah, that's the nice payday. That's what they get. Pretty much it's like a big money thing. Trust me on that one. Jeez, I have to fill that sucker up again. So anyway, what happened was I have exhausted myself to wanting to almost find out because I'm like thinking, well, they out west, if you're over the age of 40, you will want to keep your doctor back east or in the Midwest. If you have a good doctor, don't get rid of that doctor. Say, you know what? We'll just do everything at once. I'll stay here for 3 days. Yeah, that's how bad the medicine is out west. Because when you come out here, if you're not a pill popper, you're just not going to, it's just, they don't want someone who they can heal. They want someone that they need to have as a customer. If you're not a customer, like a big paying customer, then you're not good to them. Yeah. The only thing I had when I went into my doctor's office was birth control pill, what I was taking, just the outside, because I said I need them refilled. I don't know how to say this, but when you're dealing with the medicine out here, keep your medicine. Keep what you have because if you don't, you'll regret it. Keep the doctor you have, really, because I'm stuck thinking. I'm thinking a lot of things. I'm hoping one, even though it's a bit late in life, I'm hoping one because it's better than all the rest right now. Oh God. Yeah, I really do hope that, something will be coming of it because I really am scared. I no longer have my parents here. They're in heaven or wherever. They're with God. So I've come to think with God, along with my ancestors and stuff. So I'm alone. I can't sit there and go, okay, Daddy, uh, fix this. Yeah, I would actually still say to my dad, could you fix this and see what he could do? Oh yeah. And if it was my health, my dad would have said, hey, come out here to Michigan. I'll take care of you. My dad would have taken care of me. I know it. I'm here and without, family to go, okay, let's find out what you really need to let's find out what really needs to be done. So if you guys got any ideas, put it in down there are right now chatting. We're chatting now at this moment. So say something, say, hey, and tell me what you want. More or less, tell me if you can help me. If you have a good doctor who really wants to look for what needs to be found, I will go and get the x-ray and we'll look at it together and then we'll find out what we could do to me. So anyway, I am dating, but it's how can I say this? I've been watching movies, starting to get all my taste buds back. That's the thing I had. I was sick with the China virus, so that's another thing that sucks. Ugh. So I'm better now. Yeah. And still waiting on my divorce. It's been sent out. So we'll wait and see. Yeah, the healthcare out here really it blows like the wind. It's like, and I couldn't believe how much it's like, oh, you're not getting enough money for my case. So obviously that's why you're lying, and I just couldn't believe it. A doctor actually lied to me after I was told that they really, why waste an hour when your doctor already got a hard copy and a digital sent. Yeah, it's nice when you're being told that your doctor already has a hard copy. So when you go to the doctor's office and instead of him taking time to look at it, because it would have taken a good 15, 20 minutes, and in some cases, maybe longer, when you have a doctor that lies and says that they haven't received something and they received two things of it, if they don't have the right people working for them, that's not my fault. That's theirs. I don't want to hear a doctor say it was that. Nope. You should have been making sure if it's not out there, then so I was lied to. Now I don't know if he hired someone that lied to him and then he went and told me his form of a truth, which that's what I think that it's happened. And I just didn't want to, yeah, I didn't want to deal with it. So to be on the safe side, because I guess you would say I had a person who watches this show say, if you might be pregnant, just in case, not saying that you are, but just in case, could you just quit drinking till you find out if it's like after 9 months and nothing comes to be. He says if your abdomen is growing each week, he said you could have a hidden pregnancy that can't be detected at this time. Just take it easy. So I took that advice. Now you would think that if you were a doctor and you're talking to someone who's healthy or whatever, and the possibility of them maybe even if it's a 1%, because I was told I had a 1% chance of being pregnant. That's why I was on pregnancy on birth control. I had a 1%, so I took birth control. So now after I haven't been taking birth control, my breasts hurt. I'm not, when you take birth control, it makes you have a period. So I guess it did actually regulate my periods because I don't have them. So I'm like, okay, well, maybe the doctors will get their shit together one time or another. But out west, ooh, keep your doctors back east. If you're from New York or New Hampshire or the Midwest, keep your doctors. If you got a good doctor and you're crying, going, oh, I gotta go out west, and keep your doctors. Just visit them twice a year. I had friends who said, I don't even have family out here, and I go see my doctor more than my family. Like a friend said, you know, the kids get seen because of school stuff for school. She said the doctors here are great for the things to do out stuff for school. She goes, that's a given. But she says if they have something severe, you're almost praying to God that they don't. She goes, because man, the doctors here, they suck. Yeah, they do. They suck like a Hoover vacuum cleaner, man. All the doctors here are like a bunch of Hoovers. They suck. Do I miss the Midwest? I miss the doctors. I really don't miss that the nasty weather. I was there when they had a 60 below zero weather and I did not do well. And I am glad to be. I that's one thing. That's why we move out here because you don't have to shovel sunshine. But god damn, they can't even they couldn't lie good to me. And it's not like I'm trying to find them out. They lied to me after I'm told that they got the hard copy and a digital copy sent. So you know the reason why that was being weighted. I was literally put in to be left waiting because they couldn't find the X-ray. To be honest, he should have called me up. Hey, they're not sending me the X-ray, but that's not how it went. Remember, I went down there to make sure that they not only sent it to him, but and me, and they showed me. I next time I'll get a printout. That's what you got to do because you're dealing with liars. They're just lies. They lie, 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 lie. Liars. Doctors are liars. La 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 la. So here I am. I'm thinking I am going out west. I'm getting, taken care of. Oh yeah. So I have my first a time dealing with a doctor that was like a used car salesman trying to get your body parts was Richter. I went and I see he's the OBGYN and he looks like Mark Hamill's I would say he looks like he how can I say this? He looks like he spends a lot of time by the pool. He's like a tan suit. He's so tan, really super tan, like super super. And he gives the worst advice I've ever heard from an OBGYN. Anyone who's over the age of 40, that means if you're 41 plus, you will be treated as if you're 80. And he will tell every woman, and he pretty much what I get from hearing from what the ladies would say, anyone you just listen, oh yeah, she's about this age, she's about this age, or this person's this age, because they go by the ages and they were talking about that. And you're like, wow, anyone who was in their mid 30s to late 30s were fine. Anyone after that, they all were, everyone who was over the age of 41 was told to get hysterectomies. All of them. Do you see what I'm talking about? It's a lot of money. Now, either he's got a gambling problem. I'm not putting it out there, but it's like a shitload of hysterectomies, man, for women who haven't even got to the age of 50. I'm like, wow. And for a couple years afterwards, he was saying I was going and using his services, by the way. Oh, yeah. Real sweet doctor. Gave me the worst. He told me all kinds of lies. So after I had a talk with my grandmother many, many, many moons ago. She had a hysterectomy and she pulled me aside and said, in our family, if your lady parts are still working good, she goes, and it's not, what was it, the word she said? It's not cancerous, then I would see that you keep that. And if you ever have a doctor tell you you'll have a better, make your life better without it, she said, get three opinions. Get the first one that you got and go get two others. And I did. So I went and talked to my regular doctor because he gave me all kinds of cool paperwork that was so cool because you could go online with the paperwork and look up all those fancy words. They're so amazing. You find out that, because they put big words doesn't mean that we can't look them up over on the internet. So I did. And I talked with two other doctors, my regular doctor. And then I talked with the Planned Parenthood because my regular doctor said I had to go through OBGYN to get my birth control, which he refused to give it to me because he said I should get a hysterectomy because it would make my life better. Not because it was needed, because he said it would make my life better. I said, do I got cancer? No. Do I got this? No. Do I got that? No. Then why? Oh, it just make your life better. That's how he said to better. So if they chop off your dick, would that make your life better? And that's what I asked him. And he goes, oh, I see that what your answer is. Oh, yes, you know what my answer is because I remember what my grandma said. I'm going to go and get two other doctors to talk to. And they did. And they looked at the paperwork and they said it's not hysterectomy material, is what both of them said. I said, are you sure? No, you don't need to get a hysterectomy. You need, they called it something else. I call it upkeep. And I go, okay. So I'm like thinking, okay, I never got taken care of or anything. But when I had the paperwork, I was told by three different doctors that in order for me to get pregnant, it would take an act of God. Now, mind you, I got my three different doctors. Two of them said I was fine and healthy. I didn't need a hysterectomy, but he was all on that because he said, make my life better. My grandma said, please don't do that. We had two other family members before her. She died of a massive heart attack. It could be many things, but what I'm saying is just not a good thing. So I got my two other things, and I'm like being told I got a 1% chance of getting pregnant. That's what the other two told me. So when I was at Planned Parenthood, I could only afford 4 months. I figure that'd give me enough time to tell my doctor I don't have that OBGYN, and which I did. And then I got pills through him. Same exact that I got from Planned Parenthood. That cost me money. And I was told that I was fine. So, and this was during just when people started seeing doctors again after, the thing being covered up. So yeah. This is really quite new. This couple years ago. And I was told the only way I could get pregnant is through the act of God. Three doctors say the three exact same thing. The only way I could get pregnant is through the act of God, Dr. Asshole. Then Dr. Nice Guy said the only way I could get pregnant is through the act of God. And the other doctor, Miss Dr. Nice Lady, said the same thing. The only way I could get pregnant is through the act of God. So if God is playing smite you, white you, Steffi, I'm there. But I am not the pregnancy tests don't come up positive, but This does. There'll be a heartbeat of mine, and then there's another heartbeat. That's the other heartbeat because the middle heartbeat is mine, and then another heartbeat. So, it is what it is. So I quit drinking just to be on the safe side because these doctors are so dumb. In order for them to know how to wipe their ass, they have to look online. I'm sure they're smarter than that, but I don't know why it is out west that you go and you feel that you're just not getting just quality. You're getting crappily. So I'm pretty well there's not much going on for stuff. It's I don't got no neighbors across the street inviting me anywhere. It just nothing going on in Steffi's world. Yeah, it sucks. My life sucks. So I was coming up with some cool like tunage. I'm so flippin' fine, just like wine till the end of time. I'm so flippin' fine, just like wine till the end of time. Carol's always going flipping, flipping. So, I'm trying to like not get in using my word enhancers a little bit less. We'll leave that to Kyle. He's like that, the little, you ever see Mask where the dog puts the mask on and it gets that big face yeah, that's Kyle. He's like the mask dog. So I'm hoping that I will find the what is going on with myself. You know, I really, like I said, I worry about, I am scared. I don't show it a lot of times, but I really am very scared because I'm receiving the worst health care I've ever had in my whole life is right now. And I have no choice. You got to take it. I had gone to emergency just to see if I was, pregnant, and I wasn't. Then I um, went to the. I went at I seen $6 the urgent care, and they. Then I went to the ER, and then I went and talked to a physician assistant, and that was the physician assistant was the one that pissed me off more than all the other doctors put together. Well, I would say the last doctor, the OBGYN, and the physician assistant pissed me off because when I was lied to by the OBGYN, he didn't just lie, he lied so bad. I wanted to go. I was at the hospital. They told me you got a hard copy and a digital. But I didn't. I just hung up on him and blocked him. I no longer I do not deal with lying fuckers. Okay? No, 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 no. This is my health. Why are you lying? I rather hear, you know what, we can reschedule you for another time stuff. What happened was we did get the digital, but it got lost and we lost the hard copy. Could you bring in yours a little bit earlier than, like we'll figure out a time or whatever. I could deal with that If you lose it, I could deal with it. I could deal with rescheduling. I can't deal with someone bullshitting and lying to me. I can't. If I go to a hospital and they tell me that they sent your shit, because I'm like, well, you know what? Maybe you should like give me an extra one, is what I told them. They go, why? For my doctor, because, just in case you guys don't send it to him. Oh, no, no, no. We'll take good care of that because look at, and anytime you hear that from somebody, tell them you want a printed copy. You want to print it to show your doctor. So when he lies to you, and they lie. Doctors lie out here. They lie like a bunch of mattresses out here, honey. They lie a whole lot. I have never seen so much. And when he told me that he didn't receive it, instead of saying, "Look, I lost it" or something, no, he didn't receive it. He might as well said, "I really don't give a fuck about you." That's what he said. I don't give a fuck about you. I don't care. So when you do that, when you say that you don't care. When you go, hey, it's not good enough for me to check shit out. Let's make your life easier. So a while back, I get a call from the welfare department because they want to know why I got two lady visits. I said, because I went over I told them that the other doctor refused to see my lady parts, so I went to another doctor. Oh, that doctor didn't know. Doctor hysterectomy didn't know. Oh no. He didn't want nothing to do the following year that he had me to come in. He didn't look at my lady parts. So I didn't want him as a doctor. I fired him on the spot and said, I'm done here. Thank you. And left and told him that. The only thing I did was give him a pee test. And then he told me he wasn't looking to do this and this. He wanted a hysterectomy, not because I need it, because it would make my life easier. And she goes, what? I go, oh, yeah, it'd make my life easier. And that's when she goes, oh my God. And then she goes, thank you. And hung up. Oh, yeah, it was a lovely talk. I never had welfare, not welfare, but my insurance company ever call me for anything. Because the only thing I ever used my insurance for, the only thing for years and years and years and years and years and years, birth control. That's it. That's the only thing I've ever used my insurance for. Unless I get pregnant, then I use it a little more. I'm going to the doctor. But here, you use it because you got dumbass doctors who don't know their ass between their heads. So here I'm thinking, you know, moving out west and having a good life, and then I have my health problem, and I'm like, well, it happened February 21st, March 21st, April 21st, May 21st, June 21st. So I'm 4 months and going with this shit. I don't know what's going on. I really don't. And I'm dealing with this alone. I'm not, including anybody because it's like, what's my kids going to do? They just worry more. So all I do is say, there's nothing I could do. I've done everything I can. The doctors here are so dumb that they have to take directions to the bathroom so they know how to wipe their ass. So let's enjoy this. And let's sing my new tunage. I am so flippin' fine, just like wine till the end of time. I am so flippin' fine, just like wine till the end of time. So, anyhow, between that, I get a lot of looks when I walk, and it's like crap. I don't. I just I don't know if I should cry or cry. I'm just to that point where I'm like, my life sucks. It's like a bunch of ducks. Oh, bugs. Do I think that I'll find the answer to my problem? I am for certain it will happen. I'm just to that point, you know, I just want to know, really want to know what's going on because I've had my ovarian cyst for years now. I've known about them for 2 years. No problem. No problem. And then boom, I got a problem. And I'm not getting no answers. My doctors are so dumb. They think the clicker is something you clap on and clap off. So yeah. I'm going to start looking up so dumb jokes because I'm to that point in my life where I'm tired of this shit. I really am. And I get it. You got doctors who really want to feed you the garbage. Here, eat it. Go. And it gets tiring. It really does. When you deal with people who do not give a shit, and then I went to a physician. Oh, that physician assistant, Jesus Christ, she was so horrible. Oh gosh, she was the worst one out. I would say out of all the doctors together, she was like all in one, but in a half an hour period of time, she would say the stupidest shit too. Now, don't you feel like you got your answers? No, you put me in an ultrasound room. You take the camera thing and you point it the other way where I can't see, and you turn the volume off, and then you say there's nothing there. I don't even get a look see. All right, yeah. I am really worried. My dad had a doctor when they had lived in an area where there was a lot of cancer. I don't know where it was at. My dad didn't really talk much about it because it bothered him. He lost some friends way back when. So what happened was, um, he was always trying to avoid to tell people when they were dying. And a lot of people would say, now I got the answer. I can plan. I could do this. So at first I thought, am I dying? I mean, that's what I was going through in my head. I wasn't thinking about pregnancy. I was thinking about how long do I have? Am I thinking that now? Yeah, I am. I'm going to be honest. I'm not getting any answers at all. And when you receive no answers, you're going, oh, it's just not. For me, I like to hear a doctor go, well, you know what? It could be, but we're not saying it is, but it could be this or it could be that. You know, like my friend would say, she had this doctor, and this is before doctors really knew about tubal pregnancies and all that stuff. The when you have pregnancies that are not detected. And my friend's mom was like one of those really rail thin women. And she's like, I'm just getting a bit of a pooch. And her doctor goes, "Poo- Whoa, 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 whoa." He goes, she goes, well, I'm, she was like over the age of 45, closer to my age. And he's like, let's get this checked out. She was pregnant. She didn't have nothing wrong. Now, my friend, her mom was, and they said that she got a hysterectomy because she was, her family did have cancerous stuff like that. So she got her hysterectomy and that was fine. Everyone's different. If you have a family that have cancerous, stuff going down there, you don't need to have that, spread. And so, yeah. So here I am. I'm sitting there thinking, wow, I got no answers. So my kids are like, what do you tell adult children? My children are over the age of 21. What do you tell your adult children that you don't know what the fuck's going on? I said, Devin, I took every test possible. They said, I have no cancer in my blood. I have no cancer in my ovaries. I have ovary cysts that are this big. And I was told about this wide. That's how big. It's like as big as a dime wide, laying sideways, long and big, filled with blood, the variant cysts. I got a stomach growing, baby. And I am not playing beer pong. That's the thing. I'm not having fun while getting this. I think I'm more pissed about the fact that I'm not playing beer pong. I'm doing all this stuff. I'm going and overeating to get this. I'm exercising and I'm still getting a gut. And then I went and I thought, well, there are some, and I put out, health issues that could happen where if certain things get bigger, that it could hurt me, and they're not finding any of those health issues out. I'm being lied to by doctors by x-rays that they either lose or misplace instead of them being truthful with me. So I end up having to fire them. I had to fire my doctor because they lied so bad. If you go to a hospital and you're told by a hospital that they sent your doctor stuff, say, I want proof. Could you, give me a hard copy? I should have done that. You got to do these things because if you don't do them, what happens is your doctor will do what he did to me. La, 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 la. My doctor's a liar, liar, pants on fire. Yes, I have done with a lot of bad doctors. So I wanted to talk to you guys about that and how you feel. So I'm here to see you guys, to embrace and say that I got some really bad doctors who, oh, this is just great. Yep, 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 yep. So what do I see as anything? I'm hoping that I can find out what's going on with me in the next couple months or this month. And if I find out, I'll say, I know what's going on. I'm cool. If it's a private issue I'm dealing with, but I'll be as open as I possibly can because I come to, like I said, I am so tired of being lied to by doctors when they blatantly lied to me that they didn't receive the x rays when they did. I know they did. I just don't have the proof. Always get hard copy proof. If they say, "Would you like a copy of it?" Yes, I would. I would like to. And then take a picture of it and have it where it looks good. So print out your own printing, you might need that. Okay, so I want to go to 2 hours and it'll be 8 o'clock and I'm sure they'll start doing the fireworks and I get to watch it. So yeah. I hope everybody has a good fourth and take careful driving back. I love all of you. Um, Pray for me. I need a job. My dream job just didn't turn out the way I wanted it. It just, yeah. So, um, since I didn't play music, I guess I don't have to put that out there. Give me a prayer because every night I think, Jesus Christ, well, I've come to the point, the doctors here suck. Oh, let me read my I'm so flipping fine, just like wine till the end of time. Woohoo! All right. I love you guys and have a happy fourth.